Hi, so my name's Joe Loftus and I'm one of the physios in occupational health. And this series of web chats is about pain, and commonly we're used to thinking about pain as a result of an injury, for example. And of course, one-off injuries do result in pain, but most of them heal really well over time. What about pain that goes on for longer? And especially we're thinking here of pain that's been going on for a good few months. That's what we're going to talk about today. So very often when that's the case, there will be other factors that are contributing to someone's pain experience. And in previous episodes, we've talked about how sleep, how stress, anxiety, mood and attitudes can affect pain. And today, I'm really pleased to be joined by Ali Roper to talk about how social factors, and especially workplace factors, and what the culture's like in the workplace can have an effect on pain. So, Ali, if you'd just like to introduce yourself and what you do, first of all, please.
Hi, I'm Ali Roper. I'm musculoskeletal health specialist advisor or moving and handling within the organisation, specifically working in occupational health, but I work throughout the organisation supporting health and safety and various other specialist functions.
All right, thanks, Ali. So, first of all, how can, in your experience, how can social and particularly workplace factors be protective against pain, or how can they promote resilience to pain?
I think good workplace ergonomics plays a big part in this, but having the support of a management team and the support of the organisation, there's many other functions within the organisation that support people in the workplace. But managers having a really good understanding of the individual and the individual's problems and being supportive of the adjustments that need making, whether that's within the workplace or when people are working from home. We're in that situation at the minute where many people are working within a workplace, but many people are working at home where, they're on their own, really.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and that touches on some things that have been discussed, like in previous episodes here. That if if someone's kind of having higher levels of stress or anxiety, that can amplify pain. That's, I guess, kind of what you're saying. That supportive environment can help to reduce those kinds of things, Ali.
Absolutely. We've lots of ways that we can support people. We can provide equipment, we can provide training, we can provide, advice in various different forms to help support people.
And so you've mentioned equipment there, and you've mentioned training. I'd like to just go back to something that you just touched on about kind of managers knowing their staff as individuals and how that can really help someone to feel supported and help to create a kind of a supportive culture. Can you expand on that a little bit, Ali?
I think it's important that managers sort of keep in touch with the individuals who work for them and the teams. Specifically, sort of being open to people's issues and problems and ask and when they ask for support. I think when somebody asks for support, sometimes it's not easy for them to do that, and when people are asking, then managers should be able to sort of understand and they may not understand what support they can give, but the managers themselves are supported, through various different. They can come to occupational health and find out from various different people in occupational health, our colleagues, what support they can give the person.
And so that explains really nicely, I think, about how managers can have that, create that kind of supportive environment for individuals. What about kind of other team members and the general sort of culture around managing pain and musculoskeletal pain in particular within teams? Is that something you've any experience of?
Yeah, I tend to find that teams can be really supportive of each other. Even in these sort of times when we may not be meeting together physically. I've recently been doing some kind of like this, some video chats with teams, and people are still supportive of each other, you know, asking how everybody is and things like that, you know. So I very rarely find these days that people are not supported. You know, people are more aware and more tolerant of people, other people's, perhaps, shall we say, pain or whatever, and how they can support them.
Yeah, and I think I know what you mean. And in my job as a physio, I do come across for every now and again people who might feel that, you know, that they're a bit concerned or they're worried about how they might be perceived by their colleagues. That they
Yeah,
might be perceived as, you know, not doing their share or not pulling their weight, and that's a worry for them, and that can be a barrier to them either getting back to work, or it can kind of make them feel, you know, more anxious about recovery from the problem that they're having, which in turn can
yeah.
slow down their recovery. Can you talk to us about, you know, a good example of where some action, you know, something in the workplace has really helped to manage, you know, an individual's pain, or help to manage kind of problems that were going on within a team even?
Yeah, like I say, I recently did a series of sort of virtual chats with individuals and teams, mainly around working from home and the problems that they were experiencing when they were working from home. And for many people, it really is sometimes just very simple tweaks that we put in place for them. A lot of people sitting working with laptops on their knees, then experiencing sort of neck and shoulder problems, perhaps a little bit of lower back pain. You know, so it's talking people through what they've got available, what we can do to support them. Is there any equipment that they need? And sometimes it's just really simple stuff like borrowing a keyboard and a mouse, putting your laptop on top of a cake tin, bringing that screen up, you know. So I think for a lot of people, sometimes it's just actually taking a breath, stepping back, and just having a little bit of a think about. People will say to me, you know, I sit on the sofa and I know I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm really not sure what I should be doing. You know, sometimes, like I say, the very simple stuff makes a world of difference. You can go to the other end of the scale and we can be looking at great big projects that we're organising within places, you know, to automate, provide trolleys and things like that. And things do get complex, but sometimes it's just the simple stuff that makes all the difference.
Yeah, the simple tweaks, you know,
Yeah,
a reminder, even, you know, it's important to get
get
up,
up and move.
move. Yeah, that you
Yeah,
have the fanciest of desk setups, but if you just sat there on your bum all day, and the chances of
yeah, yeah,
getting the problems kind of goes up quite a
yeah,
bit, doesn't it?
yeah. Get up, put your laptop on the windowsill,
Yeah,
you know, stand up and use your telephone, you know, stand up and talk to people. You know, it's,
trying to use that kind of
I
variety.
think,
That,
yeah, yeah. Sometimes people only feel productive if they're sitting down and looking at a screen.
yeah,
I know that that's not the case. You can be productive when you walk up and down the stairs with the telephone. You can put your laptop on the windowsill. You know, you can be productive in other ways. You don't have to be sitting staring at a screen all day to be productive.
brilliant. Thanks, Ali. So some really, really interesting points there, about what kind of social and particularly workplace factors can help to promote resilience to pain. So the three things that I'd kind of take away from what you've talked about there are that kind of supportive culture from a manager and from within a team, making simple tweaks. You know, there's lots of simple things you can do, and that, especially whatever you're doing, whether it's working from home or whether circumstances have changed in how you work and wherever it might be, just using variation of either position or variation of movements. You're not just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. Those are the really important things. So that's been a really interesting chat, Ali. Anything else that you'd like to add?
Not particularly, just get up and move.
Excellent. I would
Okay.
wholeheartedly second that. Thank you very much indeed.
All right, thank you.